So another mini talk on Nat Talks About It. Um, Today is my birthday. And it's a very special birthday because I think that um, there will be a lot of new things this year. I won't tell y'all how old I am because I don't think there's a need for all that. Um, but I am excited about this year. It's been a tough week for me emotionally, really, but it's gonna be a great day. I just came back from doing some celebrating, and I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna go home, get some rest, and I'm gonna do some more celebrating tonight. But this morning I was very much humbled. Thank you for all the text messages, all the calls. Every year that happens, I'm always very grateful and very humbled by the attention that I get on my birthday. But it sparked a conversation this morning that I thought would be a great mini talk. So it sparked a conversation about compliments, right? So I'd like to know, what is the best compliment that you've ever gotten, right? That was really what we were talking about, because on your birthday, a lot of people take that opportunity to sing you praises, right? Or give you your flowers, which I think is there's always room for that, but on your birthday more so. So you start to reflect on the things that people say about you or people think about you, and some of the things you may not have known. So I think it's always a nice opportunity to really think about these compliments and these things that people say. So what is the best compliment that you have ever gotten? So I took this two ways, right? The first are like more general compliments, and the second would be compliments that are more directed towards you. So for me, my answers were very quick, right? The first one being that and I'm sorry for the noise, but a lot of you wanted something in the car, so I'm trying this out again. But for me, a big compliment in my life are the people that are in my life, right? And what I mean by that is that I don't think there's any better honor than someone saying that you're worthy to be in their life, right? To me, especially people who are very intentional about who they allow in their life. We all know the people that just take anybody, right? They're friends with everybody. They have a million friends. Everybody's family, everybody's their cousin, things like that. I'm not really that type of person. If I take you in to sit at my table, it's a very big deal. So I make it a very big deal when you take me in. So a very big compliment for me is how you all have allowed me into your life, right? Because what I think that says is that I'm worthy of you. I'm worthy of your company. I'm worthy of your talk. I'm worthy of you sharing your families with me, of you sharing yourself. And I think there's no bigger honor, right? Because most of us, right, at the very least, think highly of ourselves, right? We get to a certain age where we've worked so much on ourselves, and the people that love us have worked so much on us, that the people that we are a gift to others, right? So that's how I feel. I feel like you're gifting me your presence. So I think that's something that I think about often when people take me into their homes, into their families, onto their tables. I don't take that lightly, and I try to take care of it. I'm not always great at it, but I try to take care of it as best as I can. And then when I think about a compliment to me about the person that I am, right? I think about those things that make us smile and make us blush, those things that light up our eyes. And those things feel very special. I'm a person of words and affirmations. I love affirmations. A good way to nurture a relationship for me, I've learned this in the past couple of years, is that affirming me and reassuring me through words, telling me how you feel about me and what about me. And when I think about compliments in that way, I think the biggest compliment, one that has impacted me for a very long time, even today, is when someone told me that they were grateful for my parents because of what they poured into me and that he was able to enjoy. And that, you know, that was a very emotional moment for me. It was very sentimental for a lot of reasons. First, it was very authentic, very sincere. It came out of the blue. It wasn't something that he wrote in a card or something that it came out of the blue, right? I'm so thankful to your parents for making you and pouring all of this into you so I could enjoy it. And two, the caliber of person that he was, you knew that he was thinking about the right things when he was saying that. Even if he didn't detail what about me he was referring to, what did my parents pour into me that he was enjoying, you knew that what he was thinking about was valuable and it was good and it was right because of the kind of man that he was. He wasn't a man of low standards. So that compliment is one that has stuck with me throughout the years. And although there's no longer a relationship there, it really did guide me in a lot of connections, right? Where I felt like if people didn't acknowledge the me that was in front of them, because there's a lot of work that has gone into this, and if I felt that someone didn't acknowledge that, didn't value that, then it was difficult for me to strengthen the relationship. And you know, as he and I talked about it, because I did tell him, I was like, you know, that meant a lot to me, the fact that you said that. And what we came to is that, you know, it was a compliment to him because I thought that he was worth me. And that goes back to my first compliment, right? When someone in your life is in your life and decides to stay in your life, it's a compliment to you because they think that you're worthy of that, right? I've done a lot of work in all these decades that I've lived, and I absolutely love my parents for everything that they've poured into me. So I absolutely I feel validated when someone acknowledges that outside of me. So I'm very grateful. That has to be the best compliment that I've ever gotten. And I'd like to know. So tell me in the comments, DM me. I love to hear positive things. So today on my birthday, let me know what is the best compliment that you've ever gotten. And a full episode of Nat Talks About It is coming on Sunday, May 18th. I'm gonna have a friend of mine and I are going to have a chat about closure. Woof. So I hope you guys tune in then. See you then.